Okay, I don't really know why I always choose to do these when I'm sick, but I do. And yeah, also this is my second time doing this because I didn't set up the microphone the first time. So bear with me. Okay, so my project, and yes, this is very late. And the reason being that this was not only a very huge project to take on, but a very important one. And so ensuring that I did it very well and very professionally and to the best of my ability was very crucial. So, the description of my project. So I wanted to create two promotional videos for the Becoming a Mom classes that my mom founded, I guess, or she kind of co-founded, and they are to kind of give everybody who doesn't know what they are a little insight. They are classes provided by Selena that help teach parents, to be new parents and not so new parents even, how to be better parents, and teaches them new ways to do things, helps them with being healthy, helps gives them tours of hospitals, gives them, I mean, it's amazing. And so I really want to get the word out there and help them prosper even more than they already have. The impacts seen are amazing. I mean, the infant death toll is down by a lot ever since this program has started. And like my mom says in the promotional video, we're not saying it's because of becoming a mom alone, but because of the collaborative model, and that it definitely has made an impact on it, though. So my learning goal, with that being said, my learning goal was to broaden my horizons with film and editing, learn how to professionally work with other professionals. I had, like, this is literally for the Kansas State Health Department, so it's going on their website. So yeah, it's a big deal. And then to create an amazing product that not only pleases me, but pleases the people I made it for, and it's up to par to be able to be played in a doctor's office and on the state health department's website. And then again, it'll look amazing on my resume. So, what got me into this project was my mom being one of the kind of co-founders. We've been talking about it for a while, and it's kind of my my last chance to do it since I am a senior. So, what I used to complete this project, of course, a DSLR to capture all my film. I used Final Cut Pro as my editing tool. I used email to communicate with the coordinators that I worked with, who helped me get everything set up for filming, who I filmed, etc. And then Mrs. Dink, of course, she helped me with setting up things on the camera and questions I had. So, week one, my plan was to brainstorm and communicate, and then just have a list of shots and ideas to show for it. Week two, I wanted to brainstorm and communicate and film. Week three, same thing. Week four, I wanted to communicate, film, and edit. And week five, I wanted to be all editing. When I say by communicating, just always keeping in touch with the other coordinators, and yeah. So, problems I had. The main problem, which didn't end up being a problem actually, now that I look back on it, was that I had a rescheduled tennis meet that I did not want to miss since I'm a senior, on the day of an interview that we had also had to reschedule due to prior complications, and so what I did is I went up earlier that morning. It was a school day, but I didn't have class because of college classes. So yeah, I went up to Salina. I set everything up with one of the workers there that I know well, and then she would relay the information, and also I would through email. We got everything set up, and I took pictures of everything, very detailed instructions of how to do it, what to do, and it worked out perfectly. Needless to say, when you see in the video, the interview went very smoothly, and it looks great. One of the best looking ones, actually. So yeah, I had to hope for the best, and the best is what I got. So good job to the person who did it. I don't know if they want their name mentioned here, but yeah, good job. And thank you. So what I learned, I already know how to film, and I know what shots will look good and how to edit. I know how to create a storyboard, but this project taught me how to communicate and plan while catering to not only my ideas and wants, but others' needs and wants. I had to be really professional in this process. I dealt with, of course, very important people pertaining to just, our healthcare system and my mom's job, and I also, I met with people and interviewed people and filmed people that were past participants. I worked with my mom's coworkers. I worked with my mom. I worked with State Trooper Ben Gardner. I worked with facilitators and directors and coordinators of other programs that are in the collaborative model with becoming a mom. So it was really cool to work with everybody, with a lot of different people, and Okay, yeah, I am on the right one. So yeah, like I said, I had to be really professional. I further enhanced my skill level with film and editing, and this project taught me a lot and will look amazing on my resume. One thing I learned, I already knew how to do this, in a sense, but this really, it forced me to really pay attention to the small details, whether I needed to use natural light would look best, whether I needed to light up a room with my lamps. There was one room I wanted to change the setting just to give the viewer of the video a little change in background, and so I did that, and the room was very, very, very dark, and so I definitely had to use the lamps in there. And then also another thing, I would work with the ISO, I would work with the lamps to try and match up the lighting on all of the shots. I'd be looking at the past shots and just matching all the lighting up. So the results, I'm not going to show the whole projects. They're like over 7 minutes, I think. Yeah, 7 minutes long and almost 8 minutes long and like 9 minutes long. Reason number 2 being, these are, yes, I made them, but these are for the Kansas State Health Department, so I don't want them on Vision Tech's YouTube channel or mine. So I'll just show a little bit of each one. I have participants, I have doctors, coordinators, directors. Sorry. So that was the Becoming a Mom promotional video. That's one we'll have in doctor's offices, etc. This one is more for getting the program grants, showing to other possible collaborators, showing to other directors, etc. This one has a lot of the same people, but no participants, and it focuses on the actual collaborative model that impacts the program so greatly. Okay. So, yeah, I had to be very specific with when filming. I had to be very specific with backgrounds. For example, when I went in that one morning and we were getting things set up for the doctor to be filmed in a corner because everything else in the room, well, I had wanted it to be in an exam room where he would where he would fit in very well. But the thing was that there were posters with information and pictures and stuff all over the room that I didn't want to risk the artist or the the creator. I don't know. I just didn't want to risk it, so I wanted everything in the video to be my own work. Um, so yeah, we just tried to keep it out. The being in a corner didn't look very good, so we just switched everything up to a blank wall in a completely separate room, and it worked out really well. I had to learn how to politely suggest different ways of doing things, different ways of saying things. I had to tell people when if they needed to speak louder, if they needed to speak a little quieter, where to look. I did not want them looking into the camera. Everybody did a fantastic job of that. That's one of the main reasons why we had two people, one behind the camera, one for them to just fully interact with, one to make eye contact with and talk like it's just a normal conversation. A huge advantage is to, of course, have an extra battery and card available with your charger there. A huge advantage. Oh yeah. Um, yeah, I had to know how to control my lighting, considering the exposure on the camera, lamps, natural light, the ISO, and then screen recording setting is important for quality. So I originally had a misconception that like the 1920 times 1030, that kind of stuff, I thought that was for like screen size, but it's actually for quality. So I kind of looked like an idiot, I guess, and I guess just to myself because nobody else knew. But while interviewing participants, I was constantly like going back and forth between two settings because I knew it was one of the two that I was supposed to use, but I hadn't asked before. I had asked Mrs. Ding before, and I was just kind of in the moment, so of interviewing everybody. So I just kept switching back and forth, trying to get um, them saying different things in each one, and then hoping that I would get something and be able to put the best ones in the same video, I guess. Then I found out that it's just about quality, so screen size was not an issue. However, I don't know if it was, I think it was just bad lighting with like me being able to see what's going on in the camera, I guess, in the room. Because some of the shots in the promo video for just the program itself are not grainy. I mean, they're just not the best focused. They're still a lot better than I was expecting, though. Like, I was very scared that we weren't going to be able to use them, that we'd have to ask the participants to come back, like, 2 months later, because that's how long it took me to do the video. But we did it. It looks good. So I'm very happy with it. So yeah, I wouldn't make any different changes except to get just a few more shots just a little bit clearer, a little bit more focused. Problem solving was very important, as I've expressed. Having Mrs. Dink's phone number was very helpful, and yeah, being patient. I know how to be patient. I know how to keep a situation low stress, and that's what I did, and it helped a lot. And then my most successful moment was getting the interviews with past participants done. I knew that I'd be very nervous if I let myself focus on it, so I literally just kept erasing the thought from my brain until I was there and we were like going into the room and like getting everything set up, and then I was like, okay, now I can think about it. I knew I had to throw myself into the situation, and that's what I did, and it worked out fine. Worked out very well. So I also just want to say that the reason that this is so much later than all the rest of the overviews from the fall projects is that Yeah, this was a huge project. It required, I mean, I had probably, honestly, like hours of film to scrub through, put into either the trash or not the trash, just not use it, or put it into one video or into both videos, and then I had to scrub through all of that film I had selected to go into each video, get rid of some of it, keep some of it, and then I had to write a storyboard out for, I did the collaborational model video first, and I'm very glad I did because it really did allow me to go through and decide what I wanted for not only that video but for the other one. Or I guess I did that when I scrubbed through the whole entire thing, but to come up with a storyboard of what I wanted my mom to say. So I had to go back and refilm her and get very key specific things said from her so that I could fit all of the clips I needed to fit together and everything sounded like it did fit. And then, so because I did all of that in the first video, the second video went much, much smoother. But yeah, I spent, I don't know, like honestly, countless hours after school in Vision Tech. And during Vision Tech and outside of Vision Tech, just filming, etc. I just want to say a quick thank you to not only the Kansas State Health Department, but the Saline County Health Department for trusting a high schooler to make such an important video discussing such an important topic and such an important program that has had such great positive impacts and is only going to go up from here. It it really has shown its potential and is only gaining positive feedback. And yeah, I'm really proud to be a part of it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Good job. Thank you.